Hey mom, I had something I wanted to talk to you about. I'm thinking that I want to search for my birth mom. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Melissa Guida Richards. I'm an adoptee and adoption educator, and for this video, I'm going to put on two different hats here. I'm going to try to give you some insight if you are an adoptive parent or a hopeful adoptive parent, and I'm also going to give insight as an adoptee. Now, if you're on the other side of that phone call, I bet your heart picked up speed. And you might be feeling anxious, you might be feeling sad, you might even feel a little bit angry and frustrated. And it's important to remember that those feelings are normal. Adoptive parents are often put on a pedestal where there's a lot of pressure because people expect you guys to do no wrong, and the reality is you're human, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to have some complicated feelings about things like reunion. One of the first things I suggest is to take a deep breath and then imagine a big box, and then I want you to put all of those feelings in that box with a little top and tie it closed with a ribbon, just for this initial call or initial conversation, whether it's in person or on the phone. Because while your feelings are important, right now the most important thing in this interaction is to support your adopted child, whether they are a teenager or whether they are an adult. But your first priority during this call should be to validate their feelings and to actively listen to what they have to say. It is not the time to prioritize how you feel or to ask intrusive questions so they can reassure you that you are their parent and that they love you. My second tip is to ask open-ended questions, but make sure that they prioritize your child's well-being. Saying things like, wow, that's a big step. How are you feeling? Is a good way to check in on them. You can also mention previous conversations that you had about the topic, or saying like, oh, you mentioned X, Y, and Z when we went out to coffee that one time. So I was wondering if you wanted to do an actual search. Is this something you want my help with? Or is there anything I can do to support you that I haven't been doing? And tip number 3, try to stay neutral. Reunions can be very complex. And adoptees are typically hyper aware that our parents are going to feel some type of way about reunion. And this can make us a little standoffish, a little hesitant to share more details, or share things that we think may bring up feelings of jealousy or insecurity, or even anger with our parents. So by maintaining a neutral position, you will give your child an opportunity to express themselves in a way that makes them feel comfortable without them picking up on any frustration you may be feeling or overexcitement, because either way that may make your child think like, oh, is she just pretending to make me happy? And tip number 4, support your children unconditionally, no matter how they feel during this. Reassure them that you will love them no matter what, that you will be there to listen to them no matter what. But it's also okay to tell them, particularly if they're adults, that you may need some time to process this and that you want to make sure that you're in a good place to support them, but to reassure them that they don't have to feel bad and that they are not responsible for your feelings.
Thank you so much for listening to this Adoptee's Thoughts, and I hope this helps you get comfortable being uncomfortable with the nuances of adoption.